A world cradled by unrest.
A nation fissured and divided.
Amidst political and social turmoil.
Two legendary lands are determined to tackle the real issues.
Issues you,
the people, wanna hear. Oh, shit.
It's high quality brewski broski.
It's like the lectures of the gods.
Bow, 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 now. Doom, 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 doom.
What's up, guys? This is Double R Report. I'm Record.
I'm Riley.
And this is
a very interesting topic.
No title?
No title. I just honestly, it's very mindfuckerish.
A little meta, I guess.
Well, super meta, I would say. Super fucking meta. This is the premise of this report. Because I can't just say, oh, it's this report or it's that report. This report is basically worlds coexisting within other worlds.
Yeah.
So, like, basically the premise of this is, do you believe a world could coexist within our world, our quote-unquote reality, that may exist outside our parameters of
our plane of existence,
observation, something like that. So, like, do you believe there could be another world coexisting within our world that we can't perceive? That's basically it. So yeah, you try to sum that shit up in like a 5-word sentence, please. I'll wait. I'm sorry, I love you guys. Just fucking around. I'm sorry, I'm a little buzzed.
All right, well, let's get this started. So,
where are we gonna start with this, though?
I mean, this is such a weird topic that we gonna fucking talk about. Where there's no starting point to it. To be honest with you,
there really isn't. Honestly, what really stemmed, or this topic kind of stems from Bleach. I'll just go ahead and I'll admit it. So the last arc of Bleach, basically, there's a world coexisting within another world that the inhabitants of the original world couldn't perceive, and I loved it. I honestly loved that premise. I loved the premise. I didn't love the story. I loved the premise.
Well, first of all, for those who don't know what Bleach is, you want to explain to them?
It is...
Well, just like a quick, like, opening thing.
Yeah, so basically Bleach is a manga. It's an anime. They even turned it into, I think, a couple video games. Basically, this human, he becomes a soul reaper. Soul reapers are basically shepherds of human souls going into the afterlife.
Like a grim reaper.
Yeah, but not so scary. They're actually more of a positive light. They're shed in a more positive light. So basically, soul reapers are guardians of souls in the afterlife, which is their city is called Seirete. That's like heaven, basically, if you want to equate that to modern day, like, religious afterlife type shit. But basically, in the Seirete, guess what? There's another powerful entity, being, deity type existence coexisting within the Seirete, within heaven. So think of like a heaven for different believers coexisting within heaven. Some shit like that. Was that a decent job?
Well, if you want to put it more in a religious standpoint, it'll be like you have our reality, and then you have heaven or hell, but in between that you have purgatory.
Right.
So kind of like that. Like you have
limbo.
Yeah. So you have like those dimensions, pretty much.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get it started. So, do you think that a world coexists within our own world?
Absolutely. Honestly, it's weird because people at my work, they'd probably classify me as a pessimist because I'm at work and I'm like, fuck, I'd rather be like dig deep in a fucking fifth sum with like 4 Asian chicks.
A fifth sum?
A fifth sum, dude. What is that proper term? Like me and 4 chicks. Me and 4 Asian chicks.
I think anything past a foursome is an orgy.
Okay, so me in an orgy, but it's not a devil's orgy. It's just me. I'm the only dick. So yeah, honestly, you're gonna ask me how's my day going. Fucking terrible, because I wish I was fucking dick deep in like 5 Asian chicks right now. But apart from that, I tend to be an optimist. I tend to want to believe in like the magic of this world, because I think this world does have a lot of magic that, like, as we grow older and as we become adults, basically gets fucking dispersed and destroyed. I do believe, because you know what the main premise
Of what?
of my belief that a world could coexist within a world that we can't perceive
Yeah.
is fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender. The spirit world. The spirit world. So basically the Avatar can go from the physical world into the spirit world, and there's this fucking, basically this whole another world that coexists within the same dimensions of and the same parameters as the physical world. But you can't perceive it. Nobody can perceive it. I definitely 100%, because of my experiences with like sleep paralysis and meditation and shit like that, I definitely do believe that there is most likely at least one other world coexisting within ours that we just haven't developed the sense to perceive. We don't have the eyesight to be able to perceive it. We don't have the hearing or the smelling or the taste to perceive it. As time goes on, if evolution is true, we may be able to. But I do believe that there could be, not that there is, that there could be another world coexisting within our quote unquote physical reality that we just can't see. We can't perceive.
Yeah, I think the possibility of a world coexisting within our own world is possible, but my reasoning behind it is different than Riley's reasoning.
What's up?
Because I think our own world, our physical world right now, everything vibrates in a certain frequency.
Right.
And if another world does coexist with an own world, they vibrate in their own frequency.
Right.
So
you think the frequencies would clash?
They won't clash. Like, it just overlaps each other. So
okay.
It's like,
so they combine to make a super frequency.
It's not like that. It's just more like we run a different frequency than they do. So when something from our world and their world like it goes right through them. It goes right through both. So we can't perceive them, but at the same time they can't perceive us. Okay. We run in this frequency where like we can't interact with each other. Now, could be possible eventually one day when it comes to with science, maybe someone discovers something or invents something that will cause us to go into what we normally will call parallel dimension.
Yeah. Parallel universes.
Yeah. So like, who's to say that parallel universe is not within our own world? It's just in a different frequency.
Exactly, because
what?
Dude, honestly, well, what I'm saying is the basis behind parallel universes is you've got a choice to make. Let's just dumb it down and say you've got a path to take, left or right. You take left, but there's also
the possibility of going right and the possibility of doing nothing. Exactly.
Coexisting. So if you were to think of all the choices you've had to make for your entire life, the choices you didn't make all have their own lifeline, all have their own timeline that could be coexisting somewhere. I mean, we really don't know where, but if you think about it like that, I mean, it's kind of hard to brush that off.
Yeah, I mean, we go through parallel universes. It goes infinite. It's a web. So like, there's so many different universes out there with so many different possibilities to the point where like you're yourself the way you are right now, and in another universe you could be the absolute scum of the universe.
Yeah.
In another universe you're this saint or this millionaire. You also could be in a world where either superhumans exist just because something happened that didn't occur in your own universe. It's just the possibilities endless. It's just this web that connects with each other, but at the same time don't collide.
Yeah, it's independent. And that's what's the coolest thing, because really, if you think about it in terms of that, nothing's impossible.
No.
Because
everything,
you could have one timeline.
Yeah, everything you deemed as impossible already occurred in a different universe.
I think that's, I haven't seen the movie, but I think that's kind of like the butterfly effect, where like the smallest fucking choice can have the biggest change and impact and parameter on.
The butterfly effect is not technically a powered universe, because butterfly effect, what that means is the butterfly effect. Let's say you go back in time within your own universe.
Oh, and you fuck shit up.
Okay. The whole premise behind it is like you go back in time to within your own universe, and you step on a butterfly, and you come back to your original time. And everything could dramatically change just because you alter that one insignificant thing. But
they kind of go hand in hand.
What?
Because if you remove the going back in the past thing, I mean, think about the impact of choices. They have kind of a heavier weight of importance than we tend to give.
It's just if you go, because everyone has that certain thing where you wish you go back in time and change, but what you don't realize is that if you do have the chance to do that, by doing that thing, and you go back to your normal time, you could just change everything. Not within either you could change everything, everything that happens in the whole world, or just within your life. Like you'd be like, I wish I would have said this thing to this one girl,
but not even
back then, and you do that, and you come back, and then you find out your grandma died.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, or your mom.
All women in the universe died.
Yeah,
so just fucking giant cockfest. But not even that. But I'm just saying, like, decisions, they have a powerful impact on the future. So if you take the butterfly effect into account and remove the going back in time, so you're just at the present, you can either stomp that butterfly or you cannot. I mean, we really have no possible way of knowing what our decisions are going to make in the future. And that's both terrifying, but it's also very liberating at the same time, because it's basically saying, don't be afraid of the unknown. The unknown can be whatever you want it to be.
At that point, you just eliminate fate.
Yeah,
but at the same time, this is the thing about fate also.
Fate and destiny.
Yeah, fate and destiny is just weird, because it's just this perception of like what you do in life. You're like, that's your destiny. Like, that's where you're following your fate, or you're following your destiny.
You're on a treadmill that ends. And takes you through a specific course that
sucks.
Will never change.
The idea of just you're in this path has already been predetermined for you. Fucking sucks.
Yeah, it is. Like, because you have zero control.
Yeah, you have zero control. You think you have
external.
You think you have all these like options ahead of you, but then you think about what destiny and fate is. It's technically you think you have all these options, but it's already been predetermined what options you're going to pick ahead of time.
Yeah, it's already set out. It's made to order, which kind of sucks, because that basically you develop an external locus of control. You have zero control.
It just sucks.
And it's demoralizing. But
as long as you don't think about it, then you feel more liberated.
Exactly, but there's the ones that want to tempt fate. And I like to believe I'm kind of borderline. I tempt fate because I could see.
Are you actually tempting fate, or you think you're tempting fate, but at the same time?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't fucking know, because it could be my destiny that I tempt fate at the preconceived destiny that I believe.
But you don't believe in the destiny. Like, destiny's already predetermined for you.
But that could be the destiny. The destiny of me could be, I perceive this path for destiny, and I say, fuck that, I'm going to go this path.
And that's actually your destiny.
That's the actual destiny, that I spit in the fucking path of my perceived destiny to walk this other path, but that's the actual destiny. See?
At the end,
I like this shit, man. I love this shit because it fucks with your mind, and you don't know what's reality. You don't know what's true. At the end of the day, nobody knows for fact
if something is predetermined or not.
What anything is. I mean, there's no way to really know what anything is in this world. That's my belief.
I know the one thing that's real in this world: titties.
Titties, dude. God, you know what?
Imagine a world without tits.
It'd fucking be terrible. I'd cry off myself.
Like, it's just,
what are you gonna play with besides yourself? Like, what could you even play with yourself to? If there's no titties.
I mean, there's ass.
Dude, but after a while, that's gonna get old. Cause I'm an ass man, but even so, I find myself to like kind of be like, all right, well, wow, that's an ass. I've seen a fucking million of those now. What's that? What else is there?
There's nothing.
Titties.
All you do is just have sex.
That's cool, but do you really want to have sex with like a tittyless woman body?
I mean,
it's better than nothing, but after a while, I'm sure you're gonna be like, God damn, grow some fucking tits.
Well, I mean, I've met a bunch, not a bunch, but I met a few women that don't have.
It's rare.
Yeah, they don't have a chest. Let's say they have something, they don't have a chest, but they're still.
They usually have a big attitude.
No, the ones I met, they're really attractive and they're pretty cool, down to earth people, and I find them really attractive, regardless if they have, an ample chest or not. So, at that point, like, it's you transcend the whole physical part of where you perceive a woman.
Well, you're talking about having actual connections with a soul.
That's the thing. At that point, you eliminate everything what our world perceives for a woman physically, and then the way you find a woman is now through an emotional.
It's through like a sixth sense, like an energy sense.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I fuck with your aura. I fuck with your energy. I don't care how big your tits or ass are, how tight your pussy is. I'm a roll with you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just at that point that just changed the whole perspective of what a woman should look like.
Yeah, but I mean, there really is no like definitive law of what a woman should look like.
No,
I mean,
but
it's gonna change to everybody.
The media. They paint a certain picture of what a woman should look like.
Absolutely, and fault on them because they're fucking pieces of shit and they're hypocritical because guess what? The people making those headlines, I guarantee you, they're not Victoria's Secret models.
No, you have.
So get the fuck out of here. Stop trying to persuade.
You have to have a certain size waist.
Yeah, a zero. You got to be like borderline negative. Borderline negative waist. You gotta like
concave.
be inverse.
It's like concave, you know.
You gotta be inverse.
It's gotta be an hourglass. So you have almost like a Jessica Rabbit type thing. Like you have a big chest.
That shit looks like it hurts.
Very small waist, and nice big ass.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with
that's
a big waist, big.
But that's been around forever because that's why they invented corsets.
Yeah, in which, by the way, I'm pretty sure those have probably killed women. Mm-hmm. Corsets, because you can't fucking breathe. It crushes your ribs.
Yeah.
So the media is most definitely to blame, but you're also to blame as a woman. I hate to say this, you're also to blame if you buy into that bullshit. You really think that you gotta fucking be like that because the media is strictly for entertainment. If you think the media provides any fucking actual fact, any factual facts, you should probably stop listening right now. Because our advancements and like us pushing, me and Record pushing the boundaries of like what reality is probably like gonna blow your fucking mind and fry your fucking mind. just stop. I mean, I don't even know how the fuck we got on this topic, but I like it. I like it.
But what, women now?
No. The preconceived notion of women and like. Women can be whatever the fuck they want to be.
Yeah.
That's their right.
Mm-hmm.
So why the fuck does the media... Like, I don't know how we got on the fact that the media is just like this demoralizing fucking like monster, booty tickling monster called Leshy, I believe it's called. That just destroys fucking the image of women. I mean, what? Why does that even exist? Why is there even like, you know what? I don't like mainstream things. I'll just like, dude, have you not seen quote unquote fashion for men now? Men are wearing heels.
No, they really?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're wearing fucking boots that have heels that are extended.
Why?
They're also wearing capri pants. Capri pants are for women. They're wearing pants that are not only skin tight, but cut off at the ankles.
Well, I know why
ankles.
women wear heels, because when they go out,
It pushes their ass.
Well,
it pushes their ass.
Yeah, it pushes their ass and it makes them taller.
Exactly.
Which
it's more about the ass. It makes them look more attractive because when you wear heels, you're standing on your calves, so it pushes your ass and makes your ass look firm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does that. And it also makes you taller. Like they wear to look taller.
Okay.
Which I understand why they wear it. Like it's fine. Like you want to look your best, your absolute best when you go out and you go have fun.
All the power to you.
But I don't understand why men.
Why are men wearing skinny jeans? Why is this still a trend? I'm gonna piss off a lot of fucking hipsters. I don't care. Fuck you if you're a hipster. I don't.
I mean, that's been going on forever. Like the whole.
Why are you wearing?
It's not even hipsters didn't even start the whole skinny jeans thing.
Who started it?
I don't know.
They could burn now.
Whoever started it.
Yeah. Whoever started. No, but honestly,
it's like at that point, it's like you date some girls like, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna wear your pants."
Yeah. You're not wearing that favorite turquoise bra that I like you wearing. Can I wear that?
Yeah.
No, but honestly, the thing is, quote unquote fashion for men nowadays is having 1 pound of mousse in your hair, slicking it back.
The scarf, the fashion scarf.
2, the scarf. If you're wearing a scarf and it's not under 30 degrees weather, you're a fucking homo. 3, why the fuck are you wearing heels? Why are you wearing man shoes that have heels to elevate your ass? 4, why are you wearing fucking capri pants that are skin tight that show off your the joggers, the men joggers? Because I subscribe to this magazine that has like fashion for men because I like their t-shirts. They're cool graphic tees, but they're promoting these fucking joggers that like look like you literally took a fucking giant dump in your fucking jogger sweatpants. Because 1, they taper to your legs, so they're like super tight on your legs.
Yeah.
But the ass of it looks like you fucking took like a 20-pound turd.
So you have a diaper or something?
You have a diaper. Dude, I don't understand this, and I don't like this trend, and I don't like the hating against cargo pants, because I like cargo shorts. I wear cargo shorts all the time, because I'm a camo, short-wearing motherfucker. Big fan.
Yeah.
But quote-unquote men fashion bash all the time against
the
camo
thing with fashion though, the trend changes constantly.
You know what? Fashion's for the fascists, bro.
Like the one trend that always stays forever is jeans. Jeans and t-shirt for men.
Yeah.
That's like the most common go-to thing. You wear a t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers. Or, depending where you live at. You wear boots also. Right. Like Tim's or something like that.
Tim's, dead ass, bro. Dead ass. But no. I mean, fucking... I really don't understand. I think fashion, first of all, is extremely subjective. So, like, the people that want to be fucking, like, push that trend, I'm pretty sure they're being paid by companies to push that trend. Here's the deal, like... The fact that women actually write men off based on the fucking choice of their clothes and the threads. They're literally threads. The threads of fabric that they wear, not based on like their personality or their intelligence or their demeanor. Come on, man.
I think all
the fuck
the thing
up.
is with the clothing though, it's all about first impression also. Like you're not gonna get to.
But who's to say that a man wearing capri pants that are skin tight and woman heels is attractive?
At that point,
they're a victim of fucking.
No, it's not that though. At that point, you're peacocking.
Dude, you're not peacocking.
You're peacocking because
you're a fruitcake.
No, you're peacocking because you're wearing something that's out of the ordinary for the norm. So women if you're a man wearing capris, women are going to be like, holy shit. Either get them first.
This guy's a fruitcake.
There's either two options. Either the woman's going to make fun of you with her friends.
Good. She should.
Or
That's a respectable
Or she's going to approach you and ask you, either why are you wearing that or where do you get it? Because she wants to wear it also. So, but
she wants to. She's a bargain hunter.
Yeah, but if she takes option 2, that's your window to go talking to her. Eventually, that's your way to, let her get to know you. Maybe get into her pants.
You know what I like?
Peacocking. Peacocking is one of the moves that men have to go through to talk to women.
Unfortunately, but if you have enough confidence and you have enough basically just confidence in yourself, you don't have to fucking put on a show. You just go up to a woman and say, "Hey, what's going on? I saw you over here. I wanted to talk to you." Like, you don't have to fucking put on this extravagant peacock show to talk to one. It's not hard to talk to a woman.
Well, it's not.
Men put way too much pressure, and I think society puts way too much pressure on men in terms of pulling trim. It's not that hard. Treat a woman like she's a fucking human being and have a natural born conversation with her, and I think you'll be okay.
You'll be fine, but at the same time, not many women buy to that either.
And that's their fault. You know what? That's their fault. That's their fault.
Yeah, it is. It is.
For believing in this bullshit made up mediocre hype that a man has to have some extravagant thing. Oh, hey, I just met you. I think you're beautiful. I'm gonna cut my wrist and die for you. What the fuck are you talking about?
Where the fuck are you coming from? I don't know.
That's some overly romantic Romeo Juliet bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be like that. I want to know how we went from having worlds coexisting spiritually with our own worlds to men's fashion.
Men's fashion and then men asking women out or trying to get women's attention.
I fucking hate fashion. I fucking hate fashion with a passion.
Yeah, that was a long rant that we went on.
Oh well, dude, we're only 27 minutes deep. I mean, we could bash some more if you really want.
We should go back into this, to the original topic we were talking about.
But dude, you gotta understand.
What?
The best commentary.
Yeah.
Is candid.
Yeah.
It's candid. It's very
it really is.
Off the mic. Oh, you didn't know we were gonna talk about this. Guess what? Yeah, we just bashed.
It's just we were going on one direction and we take a super left turn. To a left turn, we took a U-turn.
Yeah, the U-turn turns into a turnpike, which merged into a 6-lane fucking highway.
And we took the wrong lane. We missed our exit, pretty much.
Bro, we're just driving aimlessly.
Yeah, we're passing we're just we passed our state.
What we want to say is we're lost.
Yeah, we don't know where we're going from here.
Who has a fucking roadmap?
You know what? I'm gonna lead us to the promised land, brother.
The promised land.
The promised land.
Are you talking religious promised land? Or are you talking just quote unquote promised land?
Just quote unquote promised land.
Because
it was religious promised land. We won't get there for another 40 years. So
we won't get there unless we give a bunch of money to churches.
But all right. So we talked about a world coexisting with our own world. We also talked about parallel universes.
You can't prove that it's not possible. So
it's all hypothetical speaking, though.
It's all hypothetical, but you cannot scientifically prove.
Or is it? Or is it hypothetical? For all we know, there could be a
science cannot.
There could be a government laboratory somewhere within our world that.
Well, fuck, we could all be a product of another world's government project. I mean, you can't physically. How could you possibly prove that there's not other worlds coexisting with ours? I mean, we don't have the technology to prove that.
No, we don't.
So anything's possible. Keep an open mind. Stop being a fucking jaded douchebag. Basically, that's my rant.
But if there is another world out there, what kind of world? If there's another world out there and you could go to that world, what kind of world would you want to be in? What kind of
I didn't think about that.
What kind of environment, or what kind of the nature will be or will there be people? What kind of people will there be? Shit like that.
So say say you can. All right, check this out. Say there's another world that coexists with our world that you can't perceive, but it has the same body mass or planet mass as Earth. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it could sustain life.
Yeah, it can sustain life.
Yeah.
Think about that. So, think about another world coexisting with ours that you could go to that basically has the same volume and mass of Earth, present day Earth. Me, I'm a big fan of like the serene atmosphere and scenes like that. Like I always reference like Final Fantasy X, where you fucking like wind up on Besaid Village's beach and shit, and it's like this very serene, beachy, palm tree lagoon, very blissful, peaceful existence. I like shit like that. That's what I would want. I would want something very serene, very peaceful.
Yeah, but like more explain like what kind of like what you're seeing, like what's the topography is like.
Like topography,
that's what
like shit like that.
I fucked up that name.
Dude,
word.
I would say I want it very. I think it's weird because I think that there's a strong correlation between beach and humans. Because when I've met a bunch of like humans that have like when they're in times of doubt or in times of they need assistance or they're having a real tough time in their life, they go to the beach. Why is that? I mean, people say that, yeah, we evolved from the water and from ocean water and crawled up on the beach and shit, but I just think that there could be stronger ties. I just think like there's something serene, and I can't place a finger on it. I think there's something serene about ocean water, about beaches. I think there's something serene about like palm trees and like woods and stuff like that.
So
just
the
nature.
world, so technically you're telling me like the world that you I would like to be in, it's more of a all tropical world?
I would love that's a good way to put it, Record. I would love a tropical world, but not only that, I would love, because there's got to be, like the entire Earth of this world can't be tropical. I mean, the climate's got to change.
Oh, why should it?
Well, I'm just saying.
Maybe because it's an alternate, it's a parallel universe, but something changed that caused.
That's just all tropical.
That just caused. Yeah, it caused where there's no cold. It's all.
I think it would be highly doubtable, but I would evolve.
This is all hypothetical speaking, also.
Yeah, that's true. Of all scenes, I would like it to be tropical because I think that's the most peaceful and serene. I don't know what it is. I think that's just the people. I could care less as long as they're not fucking like people killing, people sacrificing, greedy lobbyist corporation having motherfuckers that exist our world.
Well, what happens in your world is just like it's pretty much like you have like they're islands,
it's just
like
too peaceful.
They're big islands, right? Like the islands are pretty big.
I like a woman with big islands.
It's like it's big islands, but like you have an island and you have to travel. There's another island. Like the whole world is just ocean with just a bunch of islands. There's like
it's just
like,
a bunch of archipelagos. And
yeah,
shit
it's not like there's no big landmass. Like there's no like continents. It's just big islands.
I'm with it.
Like a bunch of Hawaii's. Like there's you have.
Yeah.
A bunch of Hawaii, like like how Hawaii
the entire
is.
world is
or
a bunch of
or how the Caribbean is.
Dude, sounds like fucking heaven, paradise to me, honestly. As long as we don't become water world. So like, as long as the fucking in this world, hopefully there wouldn't be polar ice caps and shit that could flood. But basically, yeah, a bunch of islands, man. A bunch of free living, carefree people just like doing what they need to do, not caught up in this fucking big city lobbyist. Gotta build a metropolitan fucking landscape. I don't know. I don't like it. I think we should all just be able to do what the fuck we want to do within certain boundaries. Like obviously you're not just gonna go kill somebody for the fucking sake of it, but how peaceful would it be if we didn't have to have jobs, 9-to-5 jobs, if money wasn't a fucking object? How peaceful would it be if like we all just grew our own food? Very simplistic life form.
And just trade for other things.
And just trade it, exactly. we used to barter for things. Why can't we go back to that? Oh no, we've got to have this overly complicated, overly inflated form of money that has zero value to it because it's not based off gold like it used to be. Basically,
I mean, technically it is still.
no, it's not. Money is not based off gold.
Thought it was.
Not anymore. No. And if you were to go and pull out like $1,000, that is basically some really ornate pieces of paper that have zero backing because we moved from the gold standard. Everything now is the Federal Reserve. They print the money that fucking needs to be printed, that they deem needs to be printed.
And they destroy the ones that don't have to be in circulation. Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit.
I mean, so yours world is more of a tropical type island.
Oh, you know what? Let me just throw this in there, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I would like to have in my world floating islands. I love floating islands with like waterfalls coming off of them and shit. Like I think that's always like in terms of like an alternate reality, alternate universe if I could live in. I want floating islands that are inhabitable, but they're just land masses floating in the world with fucking like waterfall. I think that shit's serene as fuck. That's my favorite type of shit. I like it. I like it.
I like it. I mean, it just sounds.
Sounds peaceful. Sounds sublime.
Sounds nice, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're in that world, you become like that world's Jimmy Buffett.
just it's always Margaritaville everywhere you go. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. You're just sedated with like copious amounts of alcohol. But in that world, you wouldn't have to worry about anything. I mean,
You probably have a sick ass tan also.
Bro, I'd have the sickest farmer stand. I mean, it'd be 2 shades. 2 shades of people. Just elbow up, fucking pasty white gamer. Elbow down, fucking farmer, bro. Just bronze as fuck. Yeah, that sounds like heaven to me, dude.
I don't know. For my world, since it's all hypothetical speaking, and we could just go as far-fetched as we want for this.
Do it. Why should you have limits?
Well, as Riley likes the beach, I fucking hate the beach with a fucking passion.
It's sandy, it's hot.
I can't.
God damn it.
I can't stand the fucking beach. But I do like the whole, almost like how Switzerland is, where you have the Alps, the Alps.
Just isolated.
But it's like you have a bunch of mountainous regions with little like snow caps.
Yeah.
On it, and you have like the woods are like almost like the woods from northwestern North America.
Like real tall pines.
Yeah, real tall pines, but they're like
shit.
the trees are all kind of spread out, not like far. Like everything's like super like dense.
Yeah, it's like lines of redwood.
Yeah, and you could just walk through and shit like that.
Yeah,
like that. Like that's like the whole. That's how all the world is in my world.
Okay.
And obviously you have like your rivers and your lakes.
Yeah.
And you have like there's no major cities. You have just like your town here, your town there, town here, town there, town. So the only way to travel is obviously to like, I guess, I mean.
Are you gonna horse and buggy it?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Like,
what about
like
a train? Would a train be too advanced and too like crazy for that?
I mean, a train could work also. It's just.
That kind of takes away from the respect and nature of it.
It does. So you have your trails, so you can just go like on a carriage or whatever.
Horse and buggy.
Or everyone there, you could walk from town. It's not like
you got legs.
And like every town's not like super far from each other. It's just like it's a a few days hike.
Dude, but that's the thing. You know what? That's what blows my mind. Like,
but like you have these woods, you have these mountain ranges, and you also have like almost waterfalls in my world. Might as well.
You gotta have waterfalls.
Yeah.
There's something about alternate universes and waterfalls.
Yeah.
Bro, it's fucking peaceful.
Yeah, no, seriously.
It's like, oh, you want to train and become a Zen master? Go ahead and train under that
Well, the biggest
waterfall.
reason I want that kind of world is because there's no major city, so there's no light pollution. With no light pollution,
Yeah, you can see the stars.
you can see
and
all the
shit,
stars.
bro.
But in my world also,
What about the Northern Lights?
I would love to see the Northern Lights one time in my lifetime.
Dude, we gotta go to Iceland and see the fucking Northern Lights.
I would love to go to Iceland. Like I
Oh
want to go.
my gosh.
Like one of my few places I always want to
Yeah.
go to, Iceland and Sweden.
Iceland has some cool ass fucking landforms and waterfalls.
They
Dude,
have
they're heavy
waterfalls.
for waterfalls.
Yeah.
They're heavy for waterfalls.
And they're like it's.
Sweden got the bitches. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real.
But like Iceland, it's like it looks different from like winter and summer.
Yeah.
So they say you have to go there for winter, you have to go there for summer.
I like the fact that they got this like giant hot spring lagoon in Iceland.
Yeah.
That's like a giant tourist attraction.
Attraction.
Yeah. I do like that. I mean, I think the fact that our world puts off like a biomagnetic fucking light and field. I don't
But
know.
I also want at night, like the moon is not super far away, it's like super close. It looks massive,
Yeah.
but there's two of them,
2 moons?
two moons.
So like 2 giant titties.
Yeah, might as well. It's my world, my
Yeah,
fantasy.
exactly. You
And
can have whatever you want.
You know, the people there, it's regular people. They're all, you know, nice. But if it was a perfect world, I'm the only dude. I'm the only guy, but at the same time, my world would not flourish. If it does, it's just a bunch of retards because it's just a bunch of interbreeding. At that point.
I wouldn't, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I wanted to be the only male.
Oh no,
I mean, you're,
we're guys. We have to
Of
go
course.
for that. Hey, a man could dream, right?
a man can dream, and you know what? It's your fucking hypothetical world. You can have whatever the fuck you want in that.
But besides the whole me being the only guy in the world, it's just that's what I would. If I had an ideal world to live in, that would be my ideal world.
Would you have laws like our laws, like laws of gravity, laws of matter, shit like that? Or would you be more like magical, like, oh, I can conjure a fucking fireball in my hand, shit like that, like real fantasy type?
Well, it can't be fireballs, dude. The whole thing is forest.
Dude, set that bitch on fire.
Yeah,
fuck it. It'll regrow.
One fucked up fireball is just like
You need to have.
dude. You just
burn
you,
your growth.
you just went through this whole like
I did.
brush fire thing.
I did.
You want to go through that every day of your life?
This is the reason why I think shit got fucked up, because so basically I live in the woods and I live surrounded by woods and trails and shit, and we just had a giant brush fire, 75 acre from I believed that it was put out. It was a 45 acre put out. Turns out when I looked it up online, it turns out that it was put out, only contained, actually, not even put out, contained about 12 hours after I believed it to be. And it was about 30 acres bigger than what I believed it to be. But basically, you have to have controlled burns. You've got to burn that vegetation so that it doesn't turn into a giant forest fire, giant brush fire.
Yeah.
So you have to have, honestly, it's a very rough way of saying, hey, you've got to have tough parenting on this forest. You've got to burn it down to maintain it, to keep it in restraints so that it doesn't go out of control. So yeah, you've got to burn that shit a little bit.
I would say my world wouldn't have like elemental like usages, like you know, people conjure fire or water.
That'd be sick though.
I mean, it'd be awesome, but I would say the gravity in my world would be less than what it is now.
So you could jump like 20 feet in the air.
You could jump far, or you could move faster without the restraints of gravity holding you down. It's not like super like you know, not super. You can't just super jump, but you could jump. Like everyone could dunk.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I wish I could dunk.
Yeah, everyone could dunk pretty much. That's
I've got a foot vertical leap. That's it. It's fucking piss poor.
But everyone can move faster, so like to travel from town to town, it's a lot smoother than you know just constant.
You're just gallivanting down the road, just fucking la da 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 da. Dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking sick.
What about you? Your world has any like magical use?
I would want the ability to fly. In my world, you could fly.
So you could fly between islands?
You could fly between fucking... So, like, you're on the beach, right? You're standing on the beach, and that's Earth. And you're looking off over the coastal. And there's, like, a couple flying islands with waterfalls coming off and shit. Do you want to? Just fly over there. Just fucking fly over there. You want to just, like...
Just Superman?
Just levitate underneath the waterfall of a floating island? Go for it. You can fly. You can do it. I think that'd be fucking sick as fuck.
That sounds awesome.
I do like your opinion of multiple moons. I do. I'm a big fan of the stars.
I love the stars. That's why I like no light pollution.
Yeah.
You can see the stars. You can
Definitely.
see. You can see the northern lights and everything.
The stars and like northern lights and shit. I feel like that's as close to like primal existence for humans as possible.
In my world, there's gonna be winter, obviously fall.
Yeah.
And spring. There's really
no
like
summer. No
it's
summer?
like summer. Like summer is like spring is like kind of summerish.
Yeah.
I guess
It has its hands.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't get super hot.
Yeah.
Does it rains? It has to rain. My world has to rain a lot because it has to sustain the trees and everything.
Yeah.
But no brush fires in my world.
Yeah, brush fires are absolutely scary, especially when they're less than like half a mile from your house.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I think that's all we have.
Yeah.
So, for you who've been listening to us, yeah, we went all over the place in this one.
We were wild like a brush fire.
Yeah.
What world? Let us know. What world would you like to inhabit? Would it be like straight gas? Would it be like straight hot and lava and type shit like that? I mean,
yeah. What kind of world do you like to live in? Do you believe in that another world could coexist with our own world? And anything about the fashion thing we talked about earlier? Also.
Fuck. We talked about fashion. Fuck fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion's stupid.
Well, just write whatever you think about in the comments below, and also let us know if you want us to discuss anything else that we discussed here. I really don't know what we actually talked about.
I don't either. We kind of just went off on a bunch of different wide variety of tangents. But fuck it. Let us know. What do you want us to discuss? I mean, we'll fucking go in depth. We'll go balls deep on that topic.
Yeah. Just if there's something else you want us to discuss that's not anything we haven't discussed before, let us know also. Anyway, I'm Record.
I'm Riley.
See you guys.
Peace.